Go for it.
Do Photoshop.
And take. Yeah, start like that.
I have a toe fetish.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah.
We're in Pannie's room. I don't know if I ever say it right. I just want to call you Pannie.
Pannie. Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to call you Pannie. And I've been happy because I just met you today, and I got to eat lunch or dinner. And since most people couldn't be here, can you tell people what it's like going into the weigh-ins, after the weigh-ins, what you did after, what you plan on doing tonight, how it works as a fighter?
Well, the weigh-ins are exactly like any weigh-ins. Maybe this weigh-in was like packed with people and media and stuff, but it's Vegas, and Invicta is a big show. So, but you just have to like take it all in. Like my coach says, like just enjoy it because it's your moment to shine. So you should do your best and make the best out of it. And you should try to enjoy your moment that you are finally where you should be, you know, after all the hard work, and prepare yourself for tomorrow. So.
I'm always interested with girl fighters because I'm a guy, and I'm a little guy, and so bigger guys look at me and just think, oh, I can kick that guy's ass.
Okay.
And I've watched girls fight on TV, and I've been around 40-year-old guys who haven't worked out in 10 years, and they're like, I'm pretty sure I could take her. Is it like that with you? Do you have guys look at you at like, oh, you're still a girl, and even though you can technically kick the shit out of them, you physically are still a girl. You can't really do anything about that.
Of course, there's like a big strength and physical difference between women and men, and it's proven. It's not like. Maybe there are like some girls that could be stronger than men, like Cyborg. Who knows? But I mean, of course, I've been competing for like 10 years, like in boxing, K1, and MMA and everything. So of course, there's always guys that can say, yeah, you know what, you may be good, but I can still kick your ass. But then I think, why would you be proud of kicking a girl's ass that's like half your size? Why? Because I don't like to make those comparisons, because I don't see, it's not realistic for me. It would be totally different if a chick would come up to me and it's like, oh, I can kick your ass. I'm like, you happy to try, and we can make a thing out of it. But I don't really care when guys say that. I mean, the only guys that kick my ass is the guys from my club, and that's fine with me. Because if they kick my ass and I can handle that, I'm going to do pretty well in my fights against girls.
And after fighting 10 years, is it hard to, when you have new people come into the gym, do they instantly want to find you and like, oh, I want to see where I stack up because she's been doing it this long, and if I could hang in there? Do you have that happen when you go places, when you meet new people, when they train with you?
I don't know. I mean, we get like new sparring partners sometimes. We just got a girl coming in and spar with us, and we go to places and stuff like that. I think, of course, they want to see how good you are. Because if they see you like, that you're doing well, if you see that a fighter does well, maybe undefeated, you're like, maybe I want to try. I want to see how she is. And if I go to spar with people, I can feel that they want to put me in place. Of course they want to do that, but I feel the same way. I don't want to go into a new gym and just like let them beat me up. You have to let them know who's the boss. I think you do.
And do you, if I show up and it's my first day at your gym, and I want to spar with you, is that cool? Do you go 50%, or do you base it on how I go against you and then go into beast mode?
First of all, sometimes we have like sparring, and there's like completely different levels. And our coach always tells us, there's a lot of different levels here. If you're better than your opponent, you don't go 100%. You have to learn from each other. So if I go with somebody that's like haven't been fighting before or sparring before, you don't go, you try to spar with them so they learn, so you get something out of each other. And then when you spar with he or she, you can train on those stuff, like holding up your guard and all those defensive stuff. And I don't go hard. I actually want to see how my sparring partner goes first. So I let them set the pace, and then I just go after that. But you have to have not an open mind, but you have to think a bit further when you go with beginners. They don't know how to control themselves, so you can't blame everything on them if they go like swinging at you, because they that it's not, sometimes it's not their intention. Sometimes it is, but if they don't know how to control it, it's a training process.
So even with you, I've always said if it's not the black belt that's going to hurt me, it's going to be the white belt.
Of course. I actually fear sometimes to go with people that are not better than me. I would rather go with people that are so much better than me, because then I know I will not get injured if I don't do anything stupid myself,
Once you get to your level in your gym, are you only sparring with guys? Are there other tough girls?
We are two professional women in the gym, me and Anna Elmos. So and we're the same size. We go with each other or with the guys our sizes.
Okay.
And we have two more girls that are amateurs, and I mean usually we go with the guys our size and with each other, because then we know. There's no meaning of us for us to spar with guys like 80, 90 kilos. We try to stick by like 60 to 75, like guessing. And she's like super strong, like a dude. So that works out for me. But yeah, we go with the guys, because there's only us two doing pro. And I mean, it's not that much.
Is it ever hard because you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with someone, you learn their game, they learn your game, and it's kind of...
Yeah.
Is it hard to work with that?
Well, it depends. If I have a fight coming up and I know that somebody in the gym fights like my opponent, of course I'm going to stick to that dude or girl, But we have trainers with like all the fighters in the gym. So it's not like I get used to like want to fight all the time. I know how the closest rumbles from our team fights. I think when you don't have a fight plan, you just have to try new stuff in sparring. Not just do the things you're really good at. You just have to mix it up.
And with that, how is it? What do you look at now? Like, oh, I still need to improve this. Because if you go white belt to blue belt in something, you are 100% better. But when you've been doing it as long as you have, it's very hard to see, for me, to see bigger improvements. Do you know what I mean? Can you see them, and how do you know? Is it coaches saying, your jab sucks today, we're going to perfect your jab? How do you know where you're going next?
Well, I always listen to my coaches. Because they can see it from a whole nother angle. Sometimes I cannot see my own improvements until my coach says, you know what, you were so much better today. I'm like, I don't feel it, I don't see it. But then...
Pay no attention to other people in the room. Just keep going like there's not a man
sneezing,
right
like really loudly. Well, you always have to be reminded, I'm the kind of person, I don't see it. I don't...
The whole world is falling apart in here.
Everybody's sick in here.
This is what happens when you do interviews in rooms. There's a very intimate side to it, but intimacy is also that.
It's realistic.
It's realistic.
I'm that kind of fighter. I don't see it because I have so much pressure on myself. I want me to be perfect when it comes to my MMA game. So I don't see the little improvements, but I have coaches that tell me, okay, you have to improve this, or this is really good. So I think you just have to be reminded and not be that critical all the time.
Okay. Is it hard to travel? You fought in different countries. You fought in different. Would it be easier?
Fun.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's fun traveling because I'm not that person that travels outside of fighting, and because of fighting, I've been to pretty awesome places. I've been all the way to Russia, to Thailand, the States.
And you wore a bikini for it.
Yeah.
Tell us about your bikini. Why you wore a bikini.
Well, for those who doesn't know, I had a huge visa problem coming in here for a couple of weeks. It wasn't sorted. I mean, it was because of some late visa papers. They came in too late, and that visa crisis that affected the last UC card and everything, it was still around when I applied for my visa. So yesterday, Swedish time, like Monday, in the afternoon, I still didn't know if I was fighting.
So were you still training like you were gonna fight, even if
I
you
was
weren't?
training like I were gonna fight, and the chances were so small that I would be fighting, but I didn't want to let go. You know, I was like still believing I want to fight. Fuck. And my management actually are the reason why I'm here, because they helped me through it.
Okay.
They had some connections and everything. So me and my one of my coaches, we road tripped from Malmö to Stockholm on Sunday morning. It's a 6-hour drive. I'm water loading, so we had to stop like every 30 minutes.
Okay.
I think even more. It was horrible. We had like small pad sessions in the middle of nowhere, like just to keep the body going. We still didn't know if I was fighting. Okay, sure. Okay. That look is priceless.
You can eat while I get disgusted with people quite easily.
No, it's okay. He says go.
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
You can eat while you're. I mean, it's part of the intimate environment.
Ja, det är okej.
Just don't chew directly into the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't do that.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, go. I'm ready.
So as a fight, do you know what would happen if you just decided, I'm going to buy my own ticket, I'm going to show up in America, I'm going to fight, and, you know, because not to be racist, Mexicans do it all the time here.
Okay.
And that's fine. We kind of kick them out eventually. But if that happened to you, would they catch on? Would they know? Would they?
The reason why I didn't do that, I was like, fuck it, should I just go with a ESTA visa? But I can't, because they know I'm applying for a work visa. They would catch me in the security, look at my pass, oh, Iran. That's not going to work so good. That's not going to be good. And I knew that. So I was like, no, I'm going to do this the right way, because I don't want to, you know, okay, I'm coming to Vegas, and then the fight doesn't happen anyway, you know? I don't want to fuck up things. And then I don't want to get, like, banished from the States, because I want to go back, of course. I want to fight again. And Invicta has fights only in the States. So I don't want to jeopardize that. But at 4:30, the embassy, we're closing at 6:30. At 3 o'clock, hello? Yeah, 3 o'clock, we got a phone call right before we were discussing, you know, we have to be realistic. Are we getting a call or not? And I was like, you know, getting into that, you know, I was getting mad, sad, and everything, about to cry. Then I got the phone call, and she told me I could pick it up, and I started crying about that. I'm a really emotional person. So, started crying, and I'm like, let's go, you know? So we went over there, got my passport. I called Shannon, I'm like, I got my passport. I was in the middle of the night here for her. And she's like, I'm booking you on a flight, you know. 1 hour later, I got plane tickets for me and my first coach. And then we were in town getting a scale, getting compression tights, you know, for the flight. And I was like, I was so pumped. So excited, motivated. People would think, oh, can you really travel this late? Oh, we're the weight cut, the water loading. I'm like, no. I've been through hell now for like 3 weeks. This is gonna work, you know. I was really determined. We were on the flight 7:50. So, a couple of hours after. Long flight, maybe 18 hours. First to Amsterdam, and when we got to Amsterdam, we were like, okay, we maybe have like a 2-hour day waiting time. No, we landed at 10:30 at the in the evening, and we had our flight to Detroit at 8 a.m. I was like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, oh, I have a sister here. Let's go to my sister. So we called her up. She picked us up by the train, and we made some food and stuff like that, and we chilled a bit. She didn't know well, I didn't know when I was going to Vegas.
Mm.
But she was like, why didn't you tell me anything? I didn't know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there, napped a bit, and then she drove us to the airport, and then we took the Amsterdam flight, you know, from Amsterdam to Detroit. That was 7.5 hours. Napped a bit. I was so excited, so I couldn't sleep. And I'm a person that sleeps a lot. I can sleep on a rock. That's no problem. So we got off. Right after that, we got on a next flight, like an hour after, from Detroit to Vegas. That was 4 hours. Couldn't nap. Too excited.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm going to Vegas. This is happening. So happy. So we got off, and then the people from Invicta picked us up. And right to get medicals and pregnancy test and photo shoot. Right away.
Pregnancy test?
Yeah, of course. You have to
Really?
test. It's a female card.
Nobody told me this.
Well, you know what I think? There's been like situations where girls have come to weigh-ins pregnant. It happened a few times.
Really?
Yeah. Last time in
Nobody
Bellator.
tells me these
That was
things.
recently.
Yeah, Bellator. The former UFC fighter, a chick from the States, she got kicked out by the UFC and got into Bellator,
Mm-hmm.
and when she got to the Bellator weigh-in, she was preggo. So I guess she didn't fight. Yeah, no. But it happens, you know?
Really?
You don't know. I think it's weird because if you would be pregnant, could you cut weight? Wouldn't you gain weight? That depends how far it is.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, of course you have to leave a pregnancy test, and so we did that, and I went to fix my hair and right into photo shoot.
Twins?
Well, your excitement for this fight, and you're excited for our last fight. Can you is it always like the same level of excitement, or is it somehow change? You know, if someone wins $1,000 over and over and over and over again, it's kind of like, oh yay, $1,000. But if it's, I gotta fight Russia, I gotta fight in Thailand, I gotta fight in Vegas, does the excitement change based on opponent? Does it change based on your career is going somewhere new? Does it change based on what factors?
Of course, I'm like super excited to fight in Vegas, but every fight matters.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't motivated and excited in my last fights, I wouldn't be here, you know? So I'm always excited, but, you know, it's not every day you can go to Vegas and fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many Scandinavians have done that,
I don't know
especially
how many
females.
Scandinavians have been here. Like 9. 4 of you are in this room now. Yeah.
I mean, this is, of course, it's a statement of how far you got, and you couldn't have done it without the people behind you. And I couldn't say for 5 years ago or 3 years ago or 2, not even 1 year ago, that someday I will be fighting in Vegas. That's just a dream us Scandinavians dream about. So.
Is it strange to actually think something invisible that you're capable of made you get on that paid your way to come here? Do you ever? I mean, if you were a good construction worker, you'd be like, oh, I can build shit. But it's actually something you contain that's invisible. Do you ever stop and be like, that's pretty cool that I'm capable of this and people are willing to pay me to do this?
I always think it's cool that I get paid to fight half naked and beat bitches up. I think that's dope. Yeah, sometimes you think about, you know, but no, you know what? It's just pretty cool how much you can do as a MMA fighter. You know, you didn't think that you would be here and everything like that, but it's like everything you work for. So you always think about that when you go into bouts. It's like you do this because you want to do it. You don't do it for anybody else.
And I think the last question will be, is it hard that if you just look at numbers and you look at her and look at you, numbers-wise, is it hard that every time you walk through a casino, someone's like, oh, you're easily going to kick her ass? Easy. Does that actually play a factor in your head, or do you just, no, I don't think you guys understand the parameters of how fistfights work?
People don't understand. People think MMA is a street fight. You know, it's like, if I would have gone into a street fight right now, I would run away because I know I would get my ass kicked. I don't do that. This is a sport. And I don't think numbers matter. I don't think odds matter. I don't think record matters. I mean, I've been fighting people that has been really good on paper, like really good on paper, and had all the odds against me, and I still won. And then I've been fighting people that didn't have really good odds, but they are really good fighters, like really, really underestimated. I don't think about that. You always have to think, this is the fight of my life. She is, like the chick I'm fighting tomorrow, Jessica. I prepare myself to fight the best Jessica ever. So I'm not expecting anything easy, because that's not how we roll.
You?
We don't roll like that. No. No, we don't think like that. We always think that we're gonna fight the best person ever, and of course you gotta be better.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for dinner. Thank you for hanging out with me.
It's okay.
Anything else? Do you want to add there, buddy?
I'm fine.
Anything else you want to add there? Okay.
Thank you. Kolla, du jobbade lite.
I'm still recording.
He did work. Good job.
He barely did work.
Thank you.